Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another podcast. A discussion mainly focuses on politics, governance, and anything that affects us as human beings across the world, also in Kenya. My name is Cleme Karuga. My name, your name is what?
Is Candibil.
Nice. So, this is what we're going to decide today, and what we're going to decide today is how jobs in Kenya are scarce, and most of these people in Kenya, most of them are educated, and they end up being desperately looking for jobs. They end up surviving instead of living. So today we've seen so many news. We've seen news trending where people have been. Most of these people were held in KICC, and in the KICC is whereby so many people are applying for jobs abroad, and most of them, just a small number got the positions, but most of them were left out. So, what do you think about that?
I think there's a labor crisis currently, and you saw recently when the Minister for Labor, Alfred Mutua, advertised 8,000 slot. We saw the KCC was flooded. So that points that there's a labor crisis. And also remember during the finance bill, there were a lot of youth on the streets, jobless, all crying for jobs, and bad governance, which is causing jobs to be, I don't know if it's scarce or it's corruption. So what do you think is the solution? Because we are divided on this topic. Some people are saying that the Kenyan market currently is saturated. We should send people abroad to work and bring the money back home. And also on the other side, I think there are some people who are saying that working in countries such as Qatar is becoming risky. Currently I saw in another podcast by Zach Mokasa exposing how 5,000 Kenyans are homeless in Qatar.
Yeah.
So I think there's a crisis. So, in your own opinion, what do you think the country should do at this point?
So apparently, what I will say is that brain drain has been praised by the government of Kenya. We saw Mutua, who is a CS, and who was mostly invested or mostly manifested training these people, telling these people to go and apply jobs for jobs in abroad. And we saw these people in the KICC where they are flooded, and most of them actually did not have the skills. Some of them did not have the skills, but most of them, they are qualified. Most of them are qualified, and what he was saying is that actually when you go for an interview, you should wear decent. Not just wearing anyhowly. That is one of the ideas that he introduced there. That these people were to wear decently for the interview, and actually most of them they did practicals, because most of the jobs that they were applying for, they were practical jobs, like welding, plumbering. We have this other one for masonry. Most of them required skills. They require skills. So ukienda hapo you wear the regalia that was required, the requisite regalia. And you saw over 120,000, allegedly 120,000 Kenyans flooded this KICC. So this is a very huge problem, a menace to the economy of Kenya. This shows that the economy of Kenya is highly affected by majorly governance, because we are assured that most of this money that was set for employing this youth, most of them did not go to the channel, the already planned channels for development. You saw that these people, most of them were heading to Qatar. Some of them were heading to Saudi Arabia. We have Iran. Remember these countries in the Islamic countries. Most of them are rich. And these people are accommodative. They are accommodative for workers, labor. Remember Kenya Kenya as a whole is usually very known for producing labor, but jobs are not there. Actually, jobs are not there. What do you think the government should do?
What if they, what if they invite investors to come to Kenya, because they can set industrial park, as many industrial park as possible, because we have large tracts of land across the country. The idea of the Tattoo City, where investors are invited to set up companies. You saw the Call Center International, which has branches in South Africa, is operating in Kenya, and this has also enabled companies in US such as JetBlue International to give the Call Center International the job for people to work as call center clerks there. So I mean, the country should try as much as possible to lower down the taxes for investors, so that to make it possible. But it is becoming tricky because they invite investors to come to Kenya, and then the other day here they are passing a bill which is not favoring people. They should come with a proper plan. Maybe they should also introduce a passport for investors to come. People like in USA. Do you know in USA if you have a certain float of money, you can easily get a visa to go and work in USA. That's why you can see people like Elon Musk, who are not actually a born American.
Yeah, South Africa.
He was born in South Africa.
Yeah.
They are thriving well in USA. They have created their own Silicon Valley in USA, inviting people from India, the best mind, the best brain. I mean, it starts with the government inviting investors coming here.
Yeah.
And then, corruption. Is a problem.
Corruption is a problem, and we've tried solving this problem for decades and decades, but we've not come up to a certain solution. But mostly Kenyans or Africans in general, most of them think that better lives exist in the European countries. But it is not true. Yeah, we can give these Kenyans, the government can give these Kenyans a better life, better than even in other countries of the world. So we ask ourselves so many questions as to how are we able to export these laborers, apart from taking these people to industry. Remember, we have industries in Kenya, so many industries in Kenya actually. It's like remember we shut down so many industries, like we had this industry in around the western region.
And also, if I can interject, during the 2000, I grew up in Nakuru. Nakuru was like a hub for supermarkets. Like major supermarket chains started in Nakuru. Supermarkets such as Naivas, Nakumat, their main Tuskys, Uchumi, they all started in Nakuru. And I also remember Nakuru was like the hub for industry. We had Everready. They were
the one which was producing lithium cell.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but along the way, when the change of government came, they disappeared and went to Egypt. Why? I think it is something to do with electricity bills rising,
even overtaxation,
and things like those. They don't favor investors. Why should I invest in a country that is taxing me? Whereas countries such as Dubai, you don't pay taxes. If you are an investor, you have a package for investor. Countries such as South Africa is in attracting people. I mean,
so investment. Investment is very key, and this overtaxation and depriving these investors with the freedom to make money and benefit the country, it is actually a very huge menace, because how will we thrive with this economy? Whereby even the investors, when they come to Kenya, most of them are discouraged. There are no incentives. So actually, we saw in the recent issue with these people who are going to KICC. Most of them actually, we saw 8,000. Even most of them were less than even 8,000.
8,000.
Yeah, who are actually
Qualified.
who qualified for the jobs, and the other population actually is left behind. Then the other thing about this other topic about homicide, what do you think? What do you think the rising cases of people being killed in Kenya? What do you think is maybe a problem that may cause these people to be killed?
First, homicide. They've been homicide, femicide, but the one that have been trending a lot in general is the homicide.
Homicide, yeah, sure.
Yeah, the killing of people.
Yeah.
You know, the intentional
both
killing,
the genders.
Yeah, both genders. And if you analyze cases of people who died in such natures, some of them had to do with political. They were questioning. Some of them were abducted. We've seen picture of MCA. Who was from where? MCA who was found acid poured on his body and he was badly mutilated. His body was badly mutilated. And also there's a case of people who are believed to have entered parliament. Over these few months we've had cases and cases of abduction.
And it is allegedly issued by that the Safaricom.
Yeah.
Safaricom.
Actually, Nation published an article and they explain how that has been happening. Yeah. Do you think the Safaricom how will they revive their brand? It makes need.
No. This is a topic that has been maybe dealt with in the X on the X platform, whereby the X people the tweets are saying that. The Safaricom was working with the DCI, the NIS, so that process of triangulation.
Background data of people.
Yeah, so after that, we were being abducted, taken to somewhere in the dark, then killed. So actually, we cannot believe anyone. We cannot believe any agency. But
because we don't have evidence to link them, apparently, but it is allegedly believed that the reason why there have been a rise in homicide is because Safaricom have been providing detail. If they can track people, they have the technology to track people. Yeah, the triangulation method they use with boosters to know actually where your phone, whether on or off, where you are. So it is dangerous. It is a dangerous time. I believe people should be sure they have a right to live. Whatever is happening, if it is political, because somehow people are believing 100% cases of this murder is politically instigated. People having a contrary opinion, and I mean, how did we reach here? Kenya used to be a democracy during the Kibaki time. I don't remember if there was such. They were, but not as rapid as now. And also I remember the Yala cases. I mean, why
we are in the dark.
We're in the dark. I mean, politicians should accept to be criticized. Take the criticism. You're in politics.
What I would say, what my take will be is that even before this regime came to power. Before the results were announced, what I would say is that before the results were announced, in that night, it was a night of so many knives, sharpened knives. So those knives were prepared for us, for all of us. And if you are a very famous person, even if you are rich, even if you are poor, even if you are in the middle class, the knives were meant for you. And what we're supposed to do is to champion the constitution, to champion the ethics, to fight against corruption, tribalism, tribalism in bold, because it is one of the grounds which was laid for the DP. So thank you guys for watching this. We are going to update you on the other session, the other podcast, and remember to subscribe, to share. So
please subscribe. We'll be bringing you a lot of issues. Also, not only in Kenya, next time we'll bring you maybe another issue happening in countries such as USA and other countries, and let us sample our opinion on that, what is happening across the world. So it is important to know these things because they are things that surround you, Thank you.
Thank you, guys.